Tonight, Chelsea have secured their first 3 points of the new Champions League season, courtesy of a Richard Rios own goal. Now, for myself, you can analyze this game from two perspectives: the performance and the result. I'm going to do both. I'm going to start off by discussing the performance first, because ultimately, for this young team to secure their first 3 points in the Champions League is big. It's significant, especially because we had to grind this win out. It wasn't the sexiest performance. It wasn't the most free-flowing. There were tons of mistakes, tons of individual errors, barely any shots on goal. I don't know how we got this win in the end. We can maybe thank Mourinho for maybe showing us maybe a bit too much respect in the first half, which worked in our favour. But for me, I stress the importance of securing 3 points, because we'll look back and we'll forget about how we played, because the significance of getting 3 points hopefully helps us qualify to the knockout rounds. Because honestly, we're going to need all the points we get, because I think this game kind of proved to me we're a lot younger than I thought. Now, yes, I know we're young, but in terms of like the youthfulness, the youthful inexperience, the lack of quality, the mistakes at times in key areas, the youthfulness showed in this game. The youthfulness showed big time, big time. And it makes me think about some of the quotes that I've been seeing from reports on Maresca, maybe feeling like the strength of his squad is maybe less compared to last season. The quality maybe isn't quite the same, even though the potential is looking quite promising. But in terms of immediate quality for right now, reports are suggesting that he feels like maybe the quality hasn't been improved upon from last season. And I think with performances like this, you can kind of understand and see it right. Let's be honest. You can see the youthfulness. You can see the inexperience. You can see the struggle, the mistakes, a lot of the stuff that kind of typified our performance today. Today, we can thank the experienced players for stepping up. I thought Marc Cucurella was excellent against Luca Bacchio. Luca Bacchio is not a tough player. It's not an easy player to play against. He is not at all. But Cucurella played his first good game in the last 4 or 5 games by completely shutting him up and nullifying any threat he has. And I'm actually happy to see him put in this performance tonight, knowing that we have Liverpool on the weekend, because he will have a tough test against Salah and he has to be ready and raring to go. So this was promising and really good. Another player who showed experience, Moises Caicedo. I think hopefully he ended this game with 100% pass completion, but he was constantly there, especially in the final 20 to 25 minutes, shutting up shop, making the key tackles, breaking the play up at the crucial times, being in the right position when we needed him, and also showing his world-class ability to just resist the press and receive from the defense and help us play forward. He did what he had to do. And the other player to show his experience today was Pedro Neto. He had a really absorbing battle alongside, is his name Bar? I forgot what the guy's name is. I think he's like a Danish international. But it's a really fun battle between them. And I would say that Neto edged it and won that battle. You could see it in terms of just how strong this guy is. Like Neto, low-key's one of the strongest players, one of the strongest wingers I think I've ever seen at Chelsea. Players bounce off him. Yeah, he has, strong upper body strength. He can ride challenges. And mixed in with his explosive pace today and the confidence he felt as well, you could definitely see it in his game. He felt like, okay, this is a battle I'm relishing, and I'm going to make sure I win this. And I thought he was really effective for us in the game today. One of his better performances in the last few games. He had the crucial involvement in this game by setting up Alejandro Garnacho. And you can see the difference. Of course, he played that in-swinging cross twice. On the first occasion, Garnacho's movement maybe, he wasn't closer towards goal like he should have been. But for the second in-swinging cross, Garnacho timed it perfectly. Yeah, Benfica, they allowed him to have that space, but they didn't communicate effectively enough in terms of who steps out to deal with him. And by the time the cross came in, which was an excellent delivery from Pedro Neto. This guy has world-class crosses under his belt. Garnacho was there at the right time. Unfortunately, even though I felt like he was trying to go for the shot that he mishit, at least from just being in the right position, it helps us take the lead in this game. Now, I thought Benfica could have done a lot more. They only really pushed on in the final, 15, 10 minutes, which worked in our favor. 100% that worked in our favor. That helped. But outside of that, man, I just felt like today, the youthfulness, it did show. It showed in Garnacho. Yes, he's a high volume player. We know this. I've been saying this for a long time. You'll be in the right positions every, few actions. But in terms of the end products and quality, it just wasn't always there consistently to really, put that pressure on the opponents. But he had that one moment in the counter-attack when he should have maybe played the pass to Esteval. Instead, he just balloons it out the stadium by the looks of things. That is what he does at his age right now. That is who he is. He was replaced for Jamie Gittins, and Gittins showed maybe a bit more adventure in terms of his willingness to attack his man and carry the ball. But in terms of the end products, it was non-existent. And two things show from both their performances. They need a bit more time getting used to playing with the teammates around them. It makes sense. They haven't really been playing too often. They're on the bench. The last 2 games, they didn't even come off the bench. So they're kind of behind in terms of like their chemistry with the rest of their teammates. And that definitely showed today. I thought Jamie Gittins was quite frustrating at times. I feel like maybe it's a confidence thing as well. He's gone to a new stadium, the pressure of playing for us. Every time the fans grow and you make a mistake, which is what they are going to do, it's not going to give you the confidence to get the right action correct for the next time. So it's not ideal that you have 2 really young wingers who are still quite raw, who can't maybe offer you that immediate level of quality straight off the bat. That's the reality. We just don't have that. Let's keep it real. So that definitely did show in the game today. I can really continue this example. Tyreek George, I keep saying, man, he's literally Nkunku 2.0 under Maresca because he's playing out of position and he just offered nothing up front. Even dropping deep, doing anything. His one moment came from a great pass by Cucurella, nice little cutback. But his body shape wasn't even set up really to deal with receiving that pass and taking a shot. And that was like the only bit of danger he had in the entire game. I can understand why the performance wasn't as great when you don't have that forward sometimes you want to rely upon. That's not Tyreek George. He's not an out-and-out striker. He's a second striker, a guy that links to play. He comes from behind. So that's the type of player he is. He isn't that guy. And you could even see immediately like the little quality difference in terms of Joao Pedro coming on, being able to, ride contact, having a bit of an interesting battle alongside Otamendi, dropping deep to receive. It added maybe a bit more and helped maybe release some of our runners a bit more out wide. So we definitely lacked some of that as well. But in terms of the youthfulness, we did see some great quality. And that came from none other than Esteval. I mean, some of the moments, he is worth the ticket price you pay. And my lords, the amount of money they charge for this game tonight, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. But if you did have to fork a fortune to watch this game, at least Esteval gave you some of that entertainment. And he helped relieve, offer some relief from an entertainment perspective, because there were just some incredible individual moments of skill he went on. Like the moment he came on the field, the weaving runs, the close control, that first touch that he brought down on a dime just like that. Bro, it's not normal for an 18-year-old to be this good. And he went on a few more runs as well. There was one in particular near the end of the game where he just kind of ran out of steam when it came to maybe finding that pass down the left-hand side. But you just think to yourself, whatever legs this project has, for me, I've just always had this sense, and I've been saying it before he was even at this football club, a lot will rely upon how well Esteval develops here and plays for the team. We're going to have to do our bit. I did feel like outside of those individual moments where Esteval was looking to kind of just like put the team on his back and produce something from nothing, because it was quite stale offensively. We didn't test the keeper at all. There was times where he wasn't as involved actually in the second half, where the ball wasn't finding him. A lot of the play went more down the left-hand side, and a lot of that was just getting wasted by Gittins losing the ball or, having zero end product with his actions. Same thing with Garnacho. And I think that kind of hurt the amount of impact that Esteval could have had. If this told me one thing, this game tells me that Esteval starts against Liverpool. He could be a real secret weapon for us. A really big weapon, especially with that ball carrying ability. That's going to be really big for this team. We need to have that. I just thought he was a bit more exciting compared to Boa-Norte today, who, again, another youthful guy where, listen, I thought Benfica were quite dirty. They could have got maybe another yellow or two for persistent fouling, constantly hacking at our ankles, clipping us, stopping attacks. A very Mourinho type of performance. We know what to expect from our former manager. But I just think that Boa-Norte, yeah, he suffered a little bit today. But there just wasn't much, he wasn't really taking the game by the scruff of the neck and really producing things. I think he can do, not as good as Esteval, but he can offer more of that. And I'm still seeing a young guy that's playing within himself. And I think if you're Maresca, it's I did all this stuff last season, now I got to do it all over again with guys that were even younger. I can maybe understand the secret frustration that he might be having, because after you've tasted silverware, you want to push on. You want to be supported so you can just focus on doing Chelsea 2.0. And instead, it feels like we're doing Chelsea 1.5. And I think maybe that's the little disappointing thing about the summer window that we just had. But listen, we got a win today. The first win Maresca secured going down to 10 men. It's a bit shameless, right? Joao Pedro getting sent off, missing Ajax. Hopefully we have enough in the tank for Ajax, because Ajax have really gone down in quality for sure. But again, to get another consecutive red card, maybe it was kind of harsh, but I think when you're kind of raising your leg that high, there's a massive chance that card is going to be going against you. And I think it was kind of sloppy to get 2 yellows on that occasion. That wasn't great at all. So it looks like we'll be relying upon Tyreek George unless Mark Yu can somehow impress Maresca. I know some of you guys might be thinking why he's not getting a chance, but it's quite obvious that Maresca just doesn't rate him right now. He's using everyone else other than Mark Yu. I feel like the fan base's perspective on Gu is more about the ideal of Gu compared to the reality right now. Imagine you had Liam Delap at 18 years old for you, or 19. The guy was a part-time player in the championship at the same age. He was a squad player back then. It wasn't until he was 21 that he could showcase something in the league. And Gu is still 2 years away from that. So we need to have a bit of perspective in regards to what we have. And there will always be those question marks around the summer window. Allowing some of the key guys to go. Yes, we had to sell guys so we can register players for the CL squad. But then, did we sell players who are maybe more ready now compared to who we've brought in? I guarantee Madueke's on that bench, bro. Maresca's using him tonight. Let's keep it real. He's playing all the games. Probably ahead of Garnacho and ahead of Gittins. And Kunku. We forced a sale hoping that we could maybe still bag Javi Simmons or Femin. Instead, we got Boa-Norte on loan. But his experience, especially in the CL, now that, his position kind of opens up now this season. He could have played that Palmer role when Palmer's not in the team. We can't rely upon him. And even Nico Jackson getting a goal and assist for Bayern Munich today. And we've replaced him with our third choice or second choice striker from last season. It's I don't know, it puts things in perspective about where we are right now. And I think that was the reality that hit me watching this game today. But listen, that's the performance, they're the reviews. But in terms of the result, this was a big one for us because all the points we can collect right now will matter in terms of helping us progress the knockout rounds. So my friends, that's everything Chelsea versus Barcelona. Share your big moments of the game today. Who impressed you? Who didn't impress you? Let us know in the comments right now. And I'll catch you guys later. Love.